Hi everyone, this is Neel Raithatha, consultant audiologist and director of Clearwax. Thank you for joining me in my latest video using the WAXscope, and we're using our size 2 teardrop specular. This is our medium-sized specular used for majority of ears, so your average size ear canals and also larger ear canals. And we have got a smaller size 1 specular meant for narrower ears, so pediatric or stenotic ear canals. So this is quite an interesting case, and in the next few days, I'm going to upload very similar cases. It's of a patient who attends periodically every year, and they have the most prominent anterior recess. So the anterior recess is a widening at the front part of the ear canal adjacent to the eardrum. And most of us have an anterior recess. So as we approach the eardrum, the ear canal narrows. Typically at the base of the ear canal, so it kind of goes up slightly, and on the right hand side of the ear canal it goes towards the midline. Then about ½ centimetre away, the ear canal at the front veers off to the right. In the case of the right ear, if it's the left ear, obviously it'll be to the left. And at the base of the ear canal, just before the eardrum, it kind of dips down and it creates these little recesses, openings. And quite often you can get patients with trapped wax, dead skin, typically dead skin in that region, because wax shouldn't really be formed in that region. Wax is normally secreted in the outer third, but if it's a build-up and you don't have it removed regularly, fresher wax can push older wax not only towards the entrance but also push it deeper in the ear. And with the few cases that I'm going to load in the next week, I physically couldn't visualize the recess without using the iClearScope endoscope. And that's where the endoscope is in a league of its own. Whether using an ENT operating microscope or the WAXscope or head loops, you just physically can't visualize that. And that's because, well, when you've got very deep recesses, and that's because the magnifying lens is external. It's out of the ear. We've got a specular there. With an endoscope, the magnifying lens itself, we put it inside the ear. So we've got a bit more, well, a lot more visualization, especially into little divots and crevices, widenings. So this patient does use olive oil drops on a regular basis, and they do so because it does help when they do use it temporarily, but then it comes to the point where the drops is no longer useful. Today was okay, but sometimes the patient can overuse the drops, and then it's very difficult to remove the wax out of the anterior recess. So ideally you want the wax to be a bit firmer. So this is just about okay. I have put some fresh oil in there to coagulate and bind it. So you can see some of the eardrum appearing at 6 o'clock. And when it's firmer, you can take it out in one nice plug, and we managed to do that. So yeah, I will, I don't know what it is in the last couple of weeks. My regular patients with really, really deep anterior recesses have all been coming in. And I will also upload some very narrow ear canals that I've treated using the size 1 specular. So these are the kind of the more trickier, complex. Although this one was pretty good, actually. It was not as difficult as usual. So I managed to bring that out. And you'll see in a moment when we re-enter, you'll see half the hammer bone, the malleus bone. You just won't see the anterior quadrant. And I will freeze that. I could have tried to use the size 1 specular, but I wasn't really going to get any improved view. So I've just paused that there. So on the right-hand side, you've got another half of the eardrum not visible. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video, guys.